This is a little tough now for Ghibli, fighting to those warehouses, which is where you're likely gonna have to push in some direction. But Spear getting a knock on a Lockstock is huge.
Yep.
You have a smoke.
Didn't have any nades though. Spear on the push, just gonna get picked off. Yan Li is ready with the crossfire to keep his team protected. Finds that elimination. Frag grenade gonna be bouncing over the top. It's a decent little angle, gets a finish, but does not knock SSR, so he's still gonna be standing inside, but Renba is now all on his lonesome.
You can't really get around that corner because of ATA's position. If he tries to, he's just going to get shot from the windows there. So he's basically a no man's land. It might be just, he's probably just trying to pick up kills at this point, trying to see if he could find some way to isolate a few more members of GEX. So he had to wrap. He did get in there, actually.
I mean, 1v2, it's definitely possible. He's going to throw a Molotov over at the door.
It's
too much damage. Okay, now it will go ahead, start ticking away. He spots them out, tries to go for the spray, manages to get one. He's down to 21 HP. Wraparound coming in on the left side. He's not ready to pivot, so Yan Li will finish him off. And now can go ahead and pick up his teammate at SSR, put him back into the fight. New Happy making their way in as we get ready to close the circle a little bit more. And oh boy, Genji is like, yep, this is our town.
This is nuts. This actually could still end on the north side of the river. Next circle has to remove as much water as it can. Very likely to go towards the containers where GEX is, but doesn't have to. This is a horrible circle.
It could just be North George. We could just have half a hospital in with South Georgia, Paul. Yeah, we just kind of have to wait and see with this one. V7 starting to roll up, try to overtake this compound, and HS is just going to go ahead and dip out of here. Rifles pulled out. I mean, if they could get HS, he was so consistent for New Happy yesterday, but instead Americano almost gets knocked.
Yeah, I mean, really, Zipian has been the superstar in this tournament for New Happy. Ming was the MVP of China, so looking to see if maybe he can continue. He played well yesterday, continue that momentum he was able to build. New Happy has a tough run ahead. They could try to push up the mountain and try to dislodge Mad. You can see ZP's looking at this. If they got a knock, I guarantee they'd go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, they got to kind of drive on the bottom side of the mountain. That's really the only safe path to try to get in the containers or something. Other than that, there's not too many options that are safe for New Happy. They might try to swing into the city and just try to play building to building, but that rarely lasts for long.
Well, talking about doing a swing, look at Osor right now heading along that western road. He's going to come crashing in behind. I'm curious if he's just going on a supply run. Seems like that might be the case. Just to make sure they have some, extra smokes, extra meds, whatever it's got to be.
Meanwhile, MCG in a boat
yep,
out by the peninsula there to the west of North George. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. There's only a couple spots you can actually get in before you cross under that big bridge. If you go under the big bridge and you head towards the river delta, there are more spots to get up, but I think there's going to be the beach here just to the west of this long bridge. Oh, no, they're going to bypass it. Okay. This gets dangerous.
Pio's like, please give me an angle. I want to shoot them out of this boat. He's not going to be able to get into a position in time, though. Just going to slide up right along the side. Star-Lord managing to find Machao. Got that finish as the rest of Detonation just tries to get into safety somewhere. So he's just going to go for a quick little swim here as Pio tries to get those shots off, but Ambu lands a very nice shot across the bridge.
This is pretty amazing. Right now, GFY is keeping Genji from punishing MCG's rotation, so getting away with one, frankly, a bit is MCG. It's very rare that you can make a boat rotation like that safely and not get at least one or two members taken down. In fact, they're just going to successfully make it across, it looks like, and get to the containers. Nobody's on the north side of the containers to contest them, so they get through, and they're going to be very thankful to GFY for that one, because otherwise, Pio probably had an angle to get one or two down to the south.
Yep, so GFY going to have to make their way across the bridge. I mean, Lung is still going for the Lung swim as he tries to get to that southern shore. Star-Lord now probably regretting his split away from the rest of E36 because he's got to try to get through Detonation.
Yeah, that's tough. He might just try to wrap all the way around, and then he might run into GFY. We'll see what he's going to do. The rest of E36 already on the move, heading towards the mountain, heading towards any kind of safety they can find in there. There's a few dips and valleys that you can make work, but they're difficult in the long run. The more north you have to go from the mountain, the harder it is, because there's just more and more flat terrain.
New Happy rolling up on the side. They spot two members of V7 trying to cruise forward. Seems like they will make it into this nice little dip, this valley in time. But here's Loki on the back angle. Tosi hits prone. Loki says, thank you very much. That's an easy target. Gets that elimination. It's one member of V7 gone. V7 is now completely sandwiched in between New Happy and Dom1 Kia. Nade right down into the valley, but they roll a little bit too far to try to get some damage in onto Heaven and Korn. We'll see if they have any more to try to volley up.
This is one of those tough moments for V7 where you just don't feel like you have good options. It's hard to get your comms under control because you're getting hit from both sides. Really, at some point, you just kind of have to try to see if you could smoke off one side and push another. But with these angles from the hills, it's almost impossible.
Or hope that Dom1 and New Happy get into a fight.
Yeah,
but
that's your other hope.
You can tell Dom1 Kia, they're more than happy to avoid that. As they just play back, don't show their skulls to New Happy's scopes. Star-Lord does end up going down.
Yeah, like you said, DGW was there. Not much he could do.
That vehicle's going to go up here pretty soon. Evan, he tries to seat swap. But it's just going to be another explosion, another knock. Korn down below half HP, just trying to lay down a little bit more smoke, but there's just only so many places to try and hide. We're just getting pummeled with frag grenades from both sides. Somehow, though, he still has managed to stay alive, but as I say that, HS finally lines up the perfect nade, and Veronica 7 goes out at 14th place.
Yeah, he's going to pick up all those kills. So Dom1 Kia just used a lot of frag grenades for not much. They get one kill on Tosi, and that's it. That's honestly pretty feels bad, man. You know, there was a lot of knocks, and you're trying to go fishing with them, but New Happy gets the better of it.
3 more for New Happy. They'll tie things up with Petrichor Road. Here comes GFY, making their way across the bridge. Lung has since finished his swim. Ming now managing to find Indigo, but Makne is going to take that one away. He says, thank you very much. I'll snatch up the easy steal.
This is so treacherous now for E36. Circle likely to just kind of drift towards the south a little bit, and maybe, just going to center up right on top of Peril. Again, Peril's early positioning here allows them to take these 3 warehouses. A little tough to defend are these 3 warehouses if a good vehicle crash can come through, but it's just a matter of anybody can actually get there at this point. There's so many people on these edges.
That nade's good. Pure Boy, almost no HP remaining. Last frag grenade out here from ZP Will it get the knock? Yeah, nade will. Bounces it just off the rock perfectly to get it in behind. Pure Boy going to be on the ground now, which is Amanat trying to keep the team alive, keep the dream alive. But as he turns around, he will get picked off. Peak timing from Zepion, just perfect. As Enerforce 36 is out in 13th.
Yeah, I think now New Happy has to try to fight Dom1 Kia for position of this hill to the east of the hospital. There's not really a lot they have to work out. Yeah, Dom1 Kia knows it, and they're getting aggressive on it, and I like that.
They're moving right up into them. They managed to find Zepion first and foremost. Now look for HS. They almost get him on the ground. A sliver of HP remaining for him. Non with nowhere to go. Just going to get melted down. Wow. Frag grenade in reply, though, is good. That staves them off for a little bit longer. But now Under gets ready to push up. He's trying to stave them off. Grenade bounces in. Can't quite get the finish. HS does manage to find Loki in the end. Smoke's going to be coming out. Bean is pressed up just on the other side of the hill. Makne comes around the side of the car. He's looking for the finish here. On to Nan. Sees his legs. Just hasn't taken a shot yet. Wants to try to get the other members, but we'll go ahead and finish him off. Under now going to take it down to the ground. Bean sprays in, finds Ming, and it's just HS rounding out inside of the smoke, trying to stay in here. Grenade going to be invested. Go ahead, go for the finishing blow. Finds that kill, but HS, can he actually play this out well enough? Spots Under, but as he hits prone, he doesn't get the finish. And now they can go for the revive.
That's huge. A great start there by Loki. Detonation Gaming White's turn to try the boats, but MCG's Tank, the only one alive for them over here. Yan Lee on the flank, getting a good spray down.
The crossfire is great, and Malofa, unfortunately, is just going to drown. Sad ending there for Detonation Gaming White as they go out in 11th, and GEX manages to scoop up a couple kills. But now here comes GFY, moving up the hillside, looking for Dom1 Kia.
Yeah, Dom1 Kia is looking in this direction. Something alerted them to this, but they're not 100% ready. Bean isn't really sure of the angle. Now he's going to see the whole team has to back down.
Oh, good God. Stun grenade comes out. They push in a little bit aggressively, though. Bean manages to dome down 11, putting him on the ground. Tongmu let out with some nades. They try and create some space to recover their fallen comrade, but Damwon Kia, they're taking the inside track from the hill. They're trying to get in on top of them. Molotov now going to be thrown up over the top. Not going to connect, not going to be burning them down. Underhanded nade coming out. Stormblue has to pull way back. Some third-party shots from Petrichor start flying their way.
Yeah, tenacious defense here from Damwon Kia. Maknae does get knocked. Good response from Bean. Bean's going to get two. Can he find the third? No!
Going on a bit of a tear, but Tongmu will shut him down with a nice headshot. And can he get the finish? Can he try to close out the rest of this squad? He gets spotted, and oh man, the shooting from Damwon Kia right now, absolutely phenomenal. The Scrimbucks might just be able to be cashed in as they go ahead and clean up GFY. That's a major shutdown.
This is the Damwon Kia we've been waiting for this whole tournament. They looked great in that fight. Bean, in particular, doing a good job. That all starts with Loki pushing, making the call to push on a new Happy at the beginning. Yeah, he dies for it, but it's the right call. Pio on top of GEX. Fish in a barrel for him.
He spots one, but he's going to be knocked. Great return fire from Yanli. Finds the headshot. Now he's got 5 frag grenades, and you know one of these is going to have to connect. Mad in this moment, going to go on a bit of a run as they get into the vehicles and try to cruise over. They know that GEX are in this position, and they know that they are fighting right now, so they have a bit of an opening. They try to make a move, and PO did get killed off there in the end. Worth noting, though, GFY going out in the first round of the day without picking up a single kill.
That's crazy. With how impactful they were yesterday, for them to not come through with any kills. They took a good fight. They made the right decision to fight Damwon Kia. Just Damwon Kia is clearly feeling it today. I don't know what changed from frankly the rest of this tournament from the first 5 days, but here on the 6th day, better late than never, and this is maybe the best day you could possibly pick to come up big.
Damwon, I mean, where are they going to try to crash into? Are they actually going to try to take this away from Perro? It seems like it's going to be the case, and it is just a mess. But as they exit the vehicles, Mamu somehow doesn't get the trade at all. It's taken down to the ground, and they can just go ahead and get an easy finish on him. They throw out a couple nades trying to stave off any reinforcements from Petrichor Road to arrive. Molotov going to be thrown in over the top. Mill going to be matching. Maknae does get picked off. Minx managing to find him and gets that elimination. Aixlep now trying to make his way into the warehouse. Under watches the front door. Molotov, nice little right-click lob in. Aixlep, however, manages to make it in past that fire. Under and Bean, they get picked off, and Mama will actually be recovered in the end. So Petrichor can maintain as a 4-man stack.
Yeah, a decent attempt here from Damwon Kia. They probably would have liked to have flushed Mamu out, but at the end of the day, they didn't have any other good options left. They had to hit a warehouse. They identified a warehouse that had a solo player in it and made a crash at it. The initial crash was good, but Perro's been able to sit on a lot of utility, so a lot of frags, mollies, and stuns available for them to clear space, make a good push. That molly from under just a bit too far to land at the front of the door. That allows Aixlep to get in while the rest of his teams are pushing from behind. Easy double flank for them. Pretty good cleanup, and they are back up to 4, and they're in good position.
Yeah. Nice shots from Lash. I mean, this is such a bold and awkward situation here from Mad. Just set up with the US's blocking. They need to be careful. But they do get a nice little knock. And that pickup will come in. The circle is going to shrink down. And I don't know how Petrichor Road continues to do it, but they know how to pick their spots.
Yeah, they really read these circles well. The Phase 2 shift gave them a really good idea of a general area where it was going to end up, and they capitalized on it. Again, the split they had at the beginning of this is what sets them up for this late game. We'll get into that after this one is done. Mill here doing a good job peppering Mad. Mad has enough of a ditch to keep these vehicles safe. All those headshots, they got to get out of that car.
Yep. Flash hops out just at the last possible moment. Does manage to get top back up. Deva going to be able to do the same, but this is such a rough position to be in here for Mad. Tires have already been popped out of most of these vehicles as well. As he just tries to weave that shot right in between the windows, but can't quite get it to connect.
Gen.G stuck outside of the circle with Donawa, the two members who, remember, early on, Donawa crashed for this position, lost Rex and Lakelo, and since it's been quiet for Salute and Soul, they've been able to sit inside the circle, but now it's Yan Lee. Had a great round so far, but this one is over for him. He's going to succumb to the blue. Now Gen.G's turn to try to push through Donawa, and Mad might get involved in this as well.
Yeah, Mad going on a bit of a run to tap. He actually not the first one that gets knocked, but he will get knocked in the end, and Donawa will manage to scoop up a couple kills. Zora finding Deva as well. Back over the original. Blue is closing in on him. It's phase 7, so they are not going to be able to stay alive here. Esther, low HP, underhanded frag grenade coming in. The bounce not quite close enough to get that knock. As Deva and Lash will succumb to the blue as well.
What a bounce, though. That was very close to being a great grenade. Just hit that lip and kind of sent it a little bit further than he probably wanted. ATA, well, they got to get out of this compound in some fashion. That fence, not so good for protecting you.
Yeah, not at all. Akeslov taking the really wide peek on that angle. Raining, trying to go throw out the long smoke grenade. In that moment, we'll take a smattering of damage in response.
He's really smart in this situation, trying to cut off as much of Pero's angles as he can.
Yep, this is... What a fortified...
Oh, no.
Gen.G just playing along this wall. Oh, dear.
It's the flying V.
Yeah. Flying V formation. Nonyx not really expecting that Soul would already be moved up into that corner, it would seem. But if they just put one frag grenade right in that spot, it'd be great. But Salute lobs one in. Molotov as well in on top of Esther as they will just burn him down.
Very nicely handled here by Salute. Soul's turn. He knows something's going on in there. His turn to throw a few frags. That one doesn't connect, though. Good split here by Azura and Anonix.
Yeah, bounces away from them. And, the peek is great. Azura managing to find him, and the cook on that nade is beautiful. Nice medium rare from Anonix. Gets rid of Salute. Donawa does go out. Better start for them, but Zorak gets a great headshot to put Akeslov on the ground. He's not going to be able to follow up to try to get the elimination, but will at least make things a bit more difficult for him as they do significant damage to that helmet. Azura trying to run across, manages to get in behind the Wizard Tower.
Yeah, there's just there's not much else for Gen.G to go with here. It's going to take smokes and a miracle. Xiaobei's alive.
That's true.
I just noticed
17 Gaming have made the top 4 after being almost the second team to be eliminated.
How is he still alive? He was in that ditch the whole time.
I think he's just been sitting. Yeah, he was at like the base of the mountain for the longest time, just like hiding out in a little ravine.
Sometimes better lucky than good. I think Pero might have forgot about him. They haven't been paying much attention to this.
Oh, how poetic would it be if he just pops up and murdered everybody on the side of Petrichor. Raining going to be knocked in behind the vehicle. Mamu trying to cruise out of here. Oh, Azura gets quite a few connections in. But Mamu, did he actually just cruise into the blue? He did. So he gets knocked and eliminated there. It's not going to be credited to anybody, but look at this slow play. Xiaobei, he could be the hero for everybody else in this lobby right now. If not for the rest of his team. The slow creep up. ATA eliminated. The spray comes out. He only manages to get one. It's going to be Akeslov, but the smoke is down. Ming's so very low. A spray from Gen.G. Anything. A stiff wind would knock him to the ground, but they're not going to find it.
Gen.G's just fresh out of utility. They can't really find the opening. 1 HP on Ming.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no. This could be it right here. This grenade could do it.
That grenade going to be lobbed in. Not going to go far enough. Just gets a little bit of damage in, but the blue is closing. 2v3, a Molotov down. Anonix going to burn to death, and now it's all on Azura. They're just spraying through the smoke, trying to find a straight connection. And find Anonix. He goes out. Azura getting hit. He just doesn't know what he can do. Dylan's wrapped around to the opposite side. He will manage to out-trade him. It's quite a bit of damage with that final spray. Petrichor Road, yet again, kick off with a victory.
I mean, it seems like that's just the story of these events is the first game of the day has to go to Petrichor Road. It all starts again with their early positioning there to control a lot of that area, not only on top of the mountain, but underneath it. There's a couple compounds off of the mountain that are really, really powerful if the circle drifts towards you. Second circle pops, and it's not centered on any of the compounds they're in. So they change position over to those three warehouses, recognizing that because of the water and the way the circle is likely to maneuver, that those 3 warehouses are a better spot for them.